What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D, back at you with another video. So, today we are finally going to talk about Mercedes Mone, formerly known as Sasha Banks, has arrived in All Elite Wrestling. There's a lot of people who, like, there's a couple good friends of mine who were at this event, and they were hype and they were excited to see Mercedes in her big debut, and I thought I'd check it out. You know, I still kind of keep my tabs on AEW. I never really was like a week-to-week watcher of AEW, but I've always been like, I've kept my tabs, like, I know what's going on and stuff like that because people jump companies. So if I wasn't keeping my tabs on AEW, like, you know, you always scroll through Twitter, you see everybody post match clips and stuff like that. So if I wasn't keeping my tabs on AEW, how was I going to know a Jay Cargill, who the fuck she was? Or a Brian Pillman Jr., or, like, you know what I mean? Sean Spears. So I kept my tabs, but this week was important. I was like, you know what, let me actually sit the fuck down and watch this. So I watched it, and I was very interested because at first I didn't know if Mercedes Mone was going to come back and she was going to do what she did in Japan with that god-awful theme song with all those sounds, and then out of nowhere she would just go, Mone. Like, I was like, Sasha, what are we doing here? But once again, I know how Sasha Banks loves wrestling. She's always loved wrestling. She's always loved especially that Japanese pro style type of wrestling. So her going to NJPW after WWE I don't think was a surprise to anybody at all. But then she got hurt and she was sidelined for a very fucking long time. And now she has made her debut in All Elite Wrestling. You know, Tony Khan had to drop the bag on her. Congratulations, man. So I was curious to see how she came out. And she came out as her new gimmick, aka the CEO. Literally, it's her boss character, just the AEW brand version of it. There's nothing wrong with that. Why? Because that's her best character. Period, point blank. That boss character is her best character. So how she goes about it in AEW will be interesting. I saw some clips of her interviews online where she says she wants to take AEW global and all this stuff, and how she's there for the women's division, and how she can make it stronger, and how she's willing to lead, and all this stuff, which is great. Good for her. Coolio. I think one of the feuds, like, everybody always talks about Willow Nightingale, because I believe that's the person she fought when she got hurt. So I think a lot of people are excited to see that. That's a great thing for them. Cool. When I look at AEW and who I think Mercedes will tell the best stories with in AEW, with the right time, if they give them enough time to tell stories, would be Saraya. I think Saraya and Mercedes could really tell a great story, especially with how Mercedes was in the ring when Paige got hurt in WWE. So I think that could be a really cool story that they can tell, and we can get that pay-per-view match. Or I would love to see, I'm very interested to see what would go on in a feud with Mercedes Mone and Toni Storm. Mercedes Mone and Toni Storm, I think, would be the most interesting feud ever, because I think Toni Storm has one of the best characters in AEW, and I don't even think that's fucking close. Her character not only shines bright in just her and her development into a star, but it shines bright. It makes the production team shine bright. Like, I love how they only shoot all of her stuff, like her promos and everything she does, her vignettes, all in black and white, how everybody else is different. And I think it's fire. I think it's hot fire. I don't even think she's a heel at this point. I just think she's a face. Toni Storm is absolutely hilarious. So I really like her character. So her versus Mercedes for the title, I think would be very interesting. She's another person who is very viable to take the title off of Toni Storm. Easy money. Then you got somebody like Deonna Purrazzo. Could be very interesting. You got somebody like Thunder Rosa, which I think out of all the people who, from what I've seen, they dropped the ball so hard with Thunder Rosa. And I know there's going to be somebody in my comments like, how do you know that you don't watch every week? I listen to Busted Open a lot, right? I'm a big fan of Busted Open, which means I'm a big fan of Thunder Rosa. And when she finally got to return from her injury, where she was gone for what, like damn near 2 years, damn near? And I got to like really like listen to her story and like how she's been grinding to get back. And then when I finally was like, oh shit, Thunder Rosa's back, I turned on Collision. And I found out she was wrestling in a tag team match with a bunch of people who I didn't know. I was upset. Why? Because the first person on site Thunder Rosa should have been fighting is Britt Baker. And maybe it's because Britt Baker is injured or taking time off or something. But the fact that I haven't got no acknowledgement, I feel like they just missed that window of like one of those what could have been feuds. Because of I think people kind of forgot about Britt Baker since she's been gone doing her own thing, which is great, which is cool. Congrats to her. She's her. I hope she's resting, getting better, and healing and stuff like that. But I think this is not a diss to AEW. It's not a diss at all. But I think in every division besides TNA, we need to do better with the like women's storylines, like, and why they're happening. I think what they're doing, for example, what they're doing with Maxine Dupree on Raw is hot fire. Finally, they took something that happened, a fan interaction of her getting booed out of Oakland, and they're making it something. Now, when Candice LeRae talks about her dead brother, that was a little OD. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But we're getting storyline. We're getting story. I appreciate that. I need more of that. The Toni Storm Deonna kind of disappointed me at AEW Revolution. Because we were getting sprinkles of story, but it just didn't hit all the way. So if will we get another rematch? I hope so. So we can add on to the story. I want more story, and I think out of all people, I think Mercedes Mone is one of the best people to bring out more story on AEW. I think she's a really great asset to AEW. Hence, I don't think, honestly, it's going to sound crazy saying this, but I don't think she really was needed anymore in the WWE because the WWE's women's division is too brolic. Like, for example, you look at Naomi. Naomi is a incredible talent. Incredible talent. Bro, Tiffany Stratton, on fire. Bianca, workhorse. Jade, a star in the making. The moment she returns, shows her face, the crowd's gonna erupt. You have Asuka still. You got Io Sky. You got Dakota Kai. You got Bayley. You got Becky. You got Rhea. You got Nia. You have so many women stars and young women stars right now. It's kind of hard for anybody who returns at the Rumble or something like that to really find their footing on where they're going to be in the main event picture. So I think Mercedes Mone did the right thing by going to AEW. Because it kind of keeps the balance. Like, I like Okada went to AEW because what the fuck was he going to do on the main roster? Just because of the names quality that we have in the main roster right now is ridiculous. And it's hard to fit on there when you only been in the company like three and a half months. So I think him, Ospreay, and Mercedes Mone going to AEW was the right thing. And I'm happy for her. And shit, I'm actually happy for AEW. So I'm really excited to see what transpires from this and what maybe she can tell a story that gets me drawn into AEW. Because I still consider myself an outsider. I just keep my tabs. So let's just see. I'm excited for her and I'm happy for her. And let's just see what she brings on into the future. So that's all I'm going to say about Mercedes Mone. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications if you like this video. We are on the road to 2,000 subs. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. It has been your boy D, Forever Gang. Until forever finds you.